Coming up on the Good Morning Show, Georgia parents could face jail time if their child hurts a teacher. We look at the proposed legislation that has people torn.
All right, plus today, that real ID requirement takes effect at airports and other places. What travelers can expect before heading out.
Trusted, local. The WCTV Good Morning Show starts now.
All right, welcome to the Good Morning Show on this Wednesday morning. It's 5 o'clock on the dot. If you're getting up, getting moving, drinking a cup of coffee or two.
Yeah, all of those things.
Or all the above, yeah. Or drinking a Red Bull, you know, whatever floats your boat. Sometimes you need a little extra juice.
Whatever you
right?
need.
On this hump day, you know, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I do need the extra juice to get me there.
Yeah, and I wish the weather was going to, you know, some days the forecast kind of makes it easier to get going.
Yeah, give you a little pep in your step.
Today's not one of those days. As a matter of fact, I don't think we're going to have any of those days anytime soon. Remember, I don't create the weather, I just tell you about it. I do not love this forecast at all. So we'll start with that and we'll go down from there. Temperatures are kind of high this morning, upper 60s, low 70s. It's muggy outside, a very different look and feel compared to the past couple of days where we've had those really nice starts. Today, not going to be a great looking start, and then it's not going to be a great feeling start. And as we go into the day, we're going to be looking west to see where that rain is and if it's going to get here. 69 degrees in Bainbridge this morning, 68 for Quincy and for Tallahassee. Thomasville a little cooler at 64, Live Oak a little cooler at 64. Check out Panacea, where it's still 75. In Madison County, it's 69. In Hamilton, it's 66. I see some fog, but not too much. We'll probably see those visibilities lower a bit as we go through the next couple of hours. There is activity on radar, other side of Dothan, Alabama, over towards the Funiac Springs. Maybe a couple of light sprinkles trying to make it to Mariana. Not so much in our area yet. And one of the things that we'll be watching is as this batch moves east, we'll notice it goes from the reds and oranges to the yellows and now more greens. It's running into what was drier air. That drier air takes a little bit more time to moisten up, plus it takes a lot of steam out of this approaching piece of energy. So what's likely to happen for most of our areas, this is going to fall apart before it gets here. Now, we can get some showers this morning, so we've got to put some in the forecast, but I'm not counting on a whole bunch. This will set things up and put some events in motion where over the next couple of days, there are going to be better chances for more showers now that we do moisten up the atmosphere and get it more ready for showers and some thunderstorms. And I do think over the next couple of days, unsettled is going to be the main word. I'll get to it. We'll break it all down. We'll look at the weekend forecast too. Don't love that either. We'll get to that in just a couple of minutes.
New this morning, a Valdosta woman is killed and a man is in critical condition after a crash in Columbia County. Florida Highway Patrol says it happened yesterday afternoon along Northwest Lake Jeffrey Road. FHP says a Hyundai Elantra was driving on the road when it hit two bicyclists from Valdosta. Troopers say one of the cyclists was a 54-year-old and she died at the scene. A 72-year-old man is now in the hospital with critical injuries. FHP says it's unclear if the driver will face any charges.
The suspected gunman in the Appalachia High School shooting could be in line to get a plea deal. Colt Gray's attorneys say that they're working on a possible plea agreement. Now, he's accused of opening fire at a Georgia high school last September, killing 4 people and injuring several more. His father, Colin, is also charged. He's set to face trial in September. And at the Georgia Capitol, a proposed bill could mean parents could face jail time if their child hurts a teacher.
Yeah, this comes as educators report an increase of violence in schools. As Abby Kasouris explains, the issue has people torn.
Alex Benoit says as a former DeKalb County student, he never saw a student hit a teacher. Like what's captured in this viral video when a student at Martin Luther King Jr. High School punched a teacher, and you see the teacher swing back.
It's not good if a student's fighting a teacher because the teacher might feel like they don't want to have this job anymore, and that's the last thing we want.
This is another video of a student hitting a teacher at Discovery High School in Gwinnett County. The American Psychological Association reports violence against school staff is growing. This graph shows an uptick since the pandemic. In a survey, they found 56% of teachers reported incidents of physical violence. Nearly half of teachers want to quit or transfer schools.
And in some of these schools, in high schools, we will have at least 3 or 4 fights per week.
Educator and president of the Georgia Federation of Teachers, Delia Turner, worked with lawmakers to draft the Georgia Parent Accountability Act. She says the bill would make parents personally responsible if their child hurts a teacher. They could face a fine, community service, and possible jail time.
If I run a red light, I pay the price. If I don't pay internal revenue, I pay the price. So parents now will have to get a grip and understand who their children are, because some parents don't even know what their children are doing.
Talking to parents and former teachers, some say the bill goes too far.
I think that's excessive, extremely excessive. I know that kids have anger issues, especially these days, and parents have anger issues. So that's why I think money should be better spent on a bill that mandates parenting classes.
The General Assembly reconvenes in January. That's when lawmakers could debate the bill. In DeKalb County, I'm Abby Kasouris.
Now, one U.S. senator is pressing the Trump administration over canceling a program designed to help farmers and schools. Senator Jon Ossoff pressing the Agriculture Secretary over the decision to cut local foods for schools program. Now, Ossoff citing several schools, including Colquitt County, which use the program to help schools and farmers.
Take your time, but I want to know why you canceled the program.
Well, we canceled the program. It was a COVID-era program, first of all. Second of all, the money wasn't being spent. In the current tranche, your state has $2 million of $7 million left in the account. You're asking for contract extensions because you can't spend the money quickly enough. The food for the FPA, the LFPA, we've got $10 million of $20 million left.
So
you've got money in the bank.
It's
not a good use of taxpayer funds.
Senator Ossoff also pressing the secretary over speeding up the process for hurricane relief. And today, Suwannee County Emergency Management is hosting an event to make sure that you're prepared for the upcoming hurricane season. Officials are hosting a preparedness day. Several resources will be there, from safety to expert advice and even emergency kits to help protect your home. The event will be at the Walmart parking lot on U.S. Highway 129 from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m.
Staying in Florida, a change is on the horizon for drinking water in the Sunshine State. Governor Ron DeSantis announcing his intent to sign this year's Ag Bill, which was recently passed by lawmakers in Tallahassee. The most notable addition to the bill is requirement to remove fluoride in water. The governor gave his thoughts on the effort.
It's forced medication when they're jamming fluoride into your water supply. And they did it because, if you have fluoride, it'll help with dental. And I'm not saying that's not true, but we have other ways where people can get access to fluoride. When you do this in the water supply, you're taking away a choice of someone who may not want to have overexposure to fluoride.
The Florida Dental Association coming out strongly against the measure, saying fluoride is a naturally occurring mineral, not a medication.
In some national news, the Department of Education will stop providing $1 billion for school mental health programs. The budget cuts will impact thousands of workers, counselors, and students receiving help in school. The department says that it's ending many of the grants because it believes they are not advancing the administration's priorities.
The Federal Aviation Administration has halted the work of an independent team charged with improving the safety of air traffic across the U.S. The outside panel of experts began studying ways to reduce conflicts of interest in FAA oversight. Now, the previous move came only weeks after a January mid-air collision near Washington, D.C. And today is the day the Real ID requirement takes effect at airports nationwide and at federal buildings and military bases.
Is your ID up to?
Yes.
Got the little star in the corner?
You got the little star in the corner,
Check
yeah.
yours, make sure you have it. CBS's Jared Hill will have more on what to expect this morning as flights head out.
Today, a real test for TSA.
We're focused on and confident that we can enforce the law while minimizing operational impact, wait times.
The Transportation Security Administration has been practicing before today's Real ID launch. Now, people 18 and up who plan to fly will need one of these IDs with a gold or black star in the corner.
Folks will come through the line and will be issue their ID and show it. If it's not compliant, they may be diverted to a different line, have an extra step.
Early birds were ready to take flight.
We beat the deadline by a lot.
If you have plans, just go and get it. Otherwise, just don't plan on traveling until you have it in hand.
According to TSA, about 19% of people showing up to airports don't have a real ID.
For some, the last-minute scramble and long lines at the DMV was just too much.
I kept trying to get appointments online, and it just kept saying no availabilities.
I scheduled an appointment. I'll come back June 26th. I'm not flying anywhere before then.
AAA spokeswoman Aixa Diaz has some advice in these early days of the rollout.
If you don't have a real ID yet, but you do have a passport, we recommend wait until your license is up for renewal and then get your real ID then.
It's also suggested that everyone allow a little extra time. Jared Hill, CBS News, Newark, New Jersey.
Still to come on the Good Morning Show, photos of Katy Perry looking fabulous at the 2025 Met Gala have gone viral. But was she even there? We've got that answer after the break.
All right, this is one of those forecasts that probably don't make a lot of folks happy unless you're hoping for a whole bunch of rain chances. I do think over the next couple of days, that's exactly what's staring us in the face. I will break that down coming up.